So
Okay.
my recommendation is not a show, but a manga. It is Batuque. Um,
Hmm.
it's by Toshio Sako. It's currently running in Young Jump. I think it's been around for about 3 or 4 years. The author's prior work was Usogui, which was a
Oh, I've heard of that.
yeah, it's a gambling manga, but of course it's sort of like much in the same sense that Food Wars is technically like more of like a shonen battle manga, with a lot of
Uh
fan
huh.
service. Usogui it's more of like a seinen shonen kind of battle manga, but it's based around like gambling competition. So in the same general genre as Kakegurui, I think. Um,
Ooh. Okay.
yeah, the art is very distinctive. There's a very realistic, sort of rounded style with a lot of shading that you can kind of identify between both series as sort of carrying over. They don't take place in the same world. Batuke is a story of a young girl who actually discovers capoeira after she gets saved by a homeless man during a robbery, and because she wants to know more about this Afro-Brazilian martial art that is blending dancing and music and acrobatics, she starts training and practicing with him at a local park as a way to like find freedom from her father's like rules. She's not allowed to like have a cell phone or make friends, and moves around a lot. And it very quickly transitions to a much darker themes, which I will not give away. But since it is a battle
Ooh.
manga, it is one in which fighting and learning about different martial arts is a big part of the series. I found it almost by accident about a month ago because I was just looking for new stuff to read, and I'm always very interested in stories that, particularly in manga, where the author or creators were interested in a foreign culture, um, and
Oh,
sort of learning
yeah.
as much as they can about it, and then trying to incorporate that into their art or into the story. The What turned me on to this one was the story actually about the author himself. So he'd been writing this gambling manga for a while and wanted to switch over to something more shonen based, a fighting series. And he started to pick up boxing as an amateur boxer and didn't really like it very much. Thought he was going to do the series about boxing, and then was made hip to a capoeira circle, a jogo that was, I guess, somewhere near where he was living. And when he went out there, he was completely taken in by the culture and the martial art, and started practicing and has been practicing for several years. So spread throughout the story, at least as much as I've read, and I've probably gotten through about half of what's available. There's about 80 or 90 chapters that are out. Are also history lessons about the nature of the origins of capoeira, the history of the art form in Brazil, a lot of Brazilian history that running from the colonial period, and they don't shy away from talking about slavery and the different class and colorism
Uh
in
huh.
Brazil. But at the same time, it is sort of a fantastical story. It involves like underworld figures and martial arts competitions and things that are basically superhuman. They try to ground it. It's not like people flying around, but obviously we know that a martial artist is not going to survive a fall from the top of a building by rolling over the hood of a car. Like that's movie stuff. But it's really
Yeah.
fun, and I think that it takes its subject matter very seriously. And I can tell how seriously they take it, not just from the way it's like the moves and everything is drawn, but also from the fact that the author has kept up and is now on his own journey to becoming a capoeirista, which is really cool.
Oh,
I
wow.
very, very briefly studied capoeira in college. We're talking like a month or two, because a friend of mine was teaching, and I thought it was really fun, but I never really stuck with it. So that was a really easy hook for me. I know that we've gotten some feedback in the past about more conversations about the intersection of sort of black culture in not just America, but the diaspora and the stuff that we like. So I felt like this series kind of fit right into that theme. So if you like
Mm.
if you like battle manga, if you like really realistic, or not really real, but fairly realistic art, I would recommend this one. And again, it's ongoing, so you have about a year or two's worth of material to catch up, but it's not too much, and I will be following it.